We're going to take a look at Meridian, Idaho today. This is everyone's favorite Boise suburb, but there is a lot to know about Meridian, and it takes time to get to know the area, especially when you don't live here. So I'm going to pull up a map and walk you through everything in Meridian, the top neighborhoods, the different areas, the top schools, the commutes, and the shopping, so you have a much better understanding of the area and you can actually see what it might be like living in Meridian, Idaho. Okay, now you should be able to see Meridian now, and this is the entire valley. So you have obviously Boise over here to the right, you have Nampa and Caldwell over here to the left, and then if I go down a little bit, you have Kuna right here. But Meridian is centralized to the entire valley, so obviously you're gonna have pretty easy access to everything you want. If you want to go to Nampa, it's right here. If you want to go to Middleton, Eagle, Boise, Kuna, you're not going to have super long commutes. This road right here, you can see is Eagle Road. That's going to be the busiest street in all of Meridian, and this is where we're going to be spending a lot of our time on the map. But if you go down Meridian, or if you go from Meridian down Eagle Road, it's going to be about a 15 to sometimes 30-minute drive if you come from the interstate into Eagle. And then if you're in Meridian and you hop on the interstate to Boise, it's going to be about 20 to 25 minutes, sometimes 15 if the traffic's not bad, and then similar story into Nampa. The other thing in which I have a video on this on North versus South Meridian, but when you refer to North Meridian, it's everything north of the interstate here, and then when you refer to South Meridian, it's pretty much everything out here, even though you get into Kuna, and then this is technically South Boise, but this is South versus North Meridian, and in North Meridian, you're going to have a little bit higher end homes, which will go into a little bit more detail on all of these. This is where the bulk of everything is at in North Meridian. And then South Meridian, you have obviously more options for land. As you can see, there's more room out here, but you have less things to do. There's less commercial buildings. There's less development out here. Then when you go to Meridian and you have the Meridian downtown area. So this is downtown Meridian, which it's not really a big downtown, but there is a few things to do. There's some bars here. You have 830 Common, which is a really good restaurant. There's Heritage Hop House. You have The Vault, which is a cigar lounge. And then Sunrise Cafe, which is one of my favorite restaurants just because it's a little nostalgic. My grandpa used to take me there every single day after kindergarten, and I would have a huge cinnamon roll. So awesome thing here is downtown Meridian. It's just a cute little downtown with the old brick buildings. It has kind of that history feel. But really, most people aren't going to spend a lot of time here unless on the weekends you just have some brunch or you just want to run to a few of the shops here. The main parts of Meridian, I'll start with 10-mile road. So if you go from downtown down the interstate, you'll have 10-mile exit interstate right here. And this is where a lot of things are. You have Shields, which is being built right here. You can see there's a hospital here, and a lot of things are being developed off of this exit. You have Starbucks, there's some restaurants coming in, and this is where a big part of Meridian is. And then as you go down 10-mile road, this is where you have Costco, you have Walmart, and then just east of here you have Linder Road, which is where Winco and Fred Meyer is, and then there's a lot of restaurants and things spread out through here. You also have Rocky Mountain High School, and then not too far over is Owyhee High School, just over here. But this is where a bulk of a lot of the things are. It's a really popular destination, and I'll go into a little bit more detail on some of these neighborhoods, but you have the Oaks, you have Bridge Tower, you have Saguaro Canyon, you have Paramount all over in this area in Meridian. The other really popular place that I've told you about that we're going to spend in a lot of time is Eagle Road. So Eagle Road has the Village at Meridian, which has pretty much everything you want to do. In and out just open there. There's a ton of shops in here. You have Kleiner Park right here where you can go hang out for the day. If you have kids, there's a park, there's these ponds, they have concerts, there's pickleball courts over here. You can see there's a ton of walking trails. You have the Frisbee golf here. And it's just nice to have access to all of these stores. You have Nike and the Boise Co-op in here. There's a Chick-fil-A, there's a Chipotle, and then everything that the Village has to offer. You can pretty much spend your whole Saturday here shopping, eating, going to the park, hanging out, and you have a lot of options. All of that too is around here. You have Albertsons, and a lot of your shopping centers are going to be through here along Eagle Road as you go down and up Eagle. I'll zoom out a little bit just so you can kind of see that there's neighborhoods on both sides of Eagle. You have Lowe's, there's Kohl's, Dick's, Trader Joe's is right here. And then as you go all the way down, there's another Albertsons. And then kind of the end of Eagle Road before you start getting into Eagle, you have Target. Now, if you have any questions during the course of this video, feel free to call or text me. Me and my team would love to help you move to the Boise, Idaho area. And even if you're not moving to Boise and you're debating between Boise and Nashville or Dallas, I would still love to talk to you and help you decide in the place that you move to, wherever you're coming from. So my number's up on the screen and there is a link in the description to book a call with me, but let's get right back into the video. Now, the last part of Meridian that is super popular is gonna be off of the Meridian Road exit. So right here is Meridian Road exit where you have Winco, there's a Home Depot, you have a racetrack here, and then on the other side, you have Roaring Springs Water Park. So there's a water park in Meridian. So if you have kids, that's a really fun thing to have in the summers. You just get them a season pass and keeps them busy during the summer. And then you have Pins, Bowling, and Wahoo's. So there's a go-kart, there's mini golf there, there's an arcade, there's laser tag. There's a ton of things to do right here. And there's a lot of new developments coming in through here in Victory Middle School, one of the top-rated middle schools. But another really popular place and where a lot of the development is in the south side of Meridian as you get on Meridian Road exit. Now, all these areas I'm talking about, that's where a lot of the traffic is, where a lot of the commutes are. But like I said, the south part of Meridian doesn't have as much activity, so it's not going to be as busy. But when you're in North Meridian, this entire area is going to get a little bit crammed because you have the village here, and then you have 10 Mile and Linder and Winco and Costco, and then you have downtown and Meridian Road. So anytime you're in the central area, there's a lot of people commuting back and forth and trying to get to grocery stores and shopping and work. And it just creates traffic jams, especially as they put in new roads and fixed roads with all of the growth that Meridian has seen. Now, I'm going to dive into some of the neighborhoods next. We're going to start in South Meridian with one of my favorite neighborhoods, and this is Century Farms. So if you go off of Eagle Road and you just continue going down Eagle Road, it's going to be this neighborhood right here. And I'll have some drone footage up of this as well. But as you can see, Century Farm is kind of on the outskirts of Meridian and South Meridian. You have Meridian here and Boise here. And the newest amenity here is the Albertsons. You have a grocery store right across the street. And then, of course, you're right on Eagle Road, so you have access to the interstate. And a really nice thing is this YMCA, if you want to go to the gym or you want your kids to hang out there, it's nice having that right in the neighborhood. And it's attached to Hillsdale Elementary School, which is a really nice elementary school in the Treasure Valley. My fiance used to teach there, and it's one of the higher rated elementary schools in the valley. As you can see, there's a lot of amenities in this neighborhood. You can see the pool here. There's another pool here. I think there's 5 pools in this neighborhood, and there's a lot of walking trails, as you can kind of see, especially along this canal. So there's a lot to do, and these houses are really nice. They're beautiful homes. And a really funny story about this neighborhood is that anytime I'd go help out at Hillsdale Elementary School, there's golf carts everywhere all over this neighborhood. Apparently, it's a requirement to live here that you have a golf cart and you go pick your kids up from school with your golf cart. But that's kind of one of the top neighborhoods in South Meridian. The other one that I kind of mentioned in South Meridian is going to be right around Wahoo's, is this new development here, Fall Creek, and you're going to be right next to Victory Middle, which is one of the top schools. And then, of course, you have access to Roaring Springs and some of those shopping centers right here on Meridian Road, and then across the interstate when you get into Winco and Home Depot. The next one in Meridian, which is in the north side but more centralized, is going to be Cherry Lane. And these are going to be a little bit older subdivisions, but it's right in a golf course. So you have Lakeview Golf Course here in Meridian, and these homes are going to be a little bit older, but you have those 3-2s and, you know, the mid 2000s to early 2000s, maybe 90s homes. And a lot of these are going to be your 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You might have a 4-bedroom or 5-bedroom in here, but this is a really popular place. Ponderosa Elementary, which is actually where I went to elementary school. But you have a lot of options here, and you can get a little bit more affordable homes, especially with some of those outdated homes. And it's a little bit more quiet. There's a little bit more older crowds here. There's a 55+ community in here, but another really popular spot in the Meridian area. Now, another really popular destination that is up and coming, and it's not even up on the map yet, is the Oaks. My grandma actually lives right in here, and you have the Oaks here and then the Oaks here, which you can't see on the map, but this is all brand new. So there's houses there built. It's a whole new community. There's a pond for fishing. There's walking trails. There's a pool. And this is where a lot of people are moving to because it is new builds. You have CBH in there. You have some Hayden Homes. And it gives you an opportunity for some townhouses in there, for some first-time home buyer, 2-bedroom houses at a more affordable price at the $400,000 mark. But then you also have nicer homes in here at the $600,000 mark. And the reason that this and then a few other neighborhoods you'll take a look at is super popular is because you can see from here to here, it's only a mile. So you have Walmart and you have Costco, and then just a little bit farther, you have Fred Meyer and Winco that are right next to each other. And then some of the top high schools, which is Owyhee High School right in here, and then Rocky Mountain High School are just right next to this neighborhood. So it makes it nice being really close to a lot of these popular places. Now, just quickly too is, so right here, Rocky Mountain High School, to the right is Paramount, which is a really popular place, obviously right next to everything I just talked about, has a really nice neighborhood with a lot of amenities. You have some different size houses, so you have some different options. And then the other one is Loxa Falls, which is another really popular place in the Meridian area, also right here, right next to Rocky Mountain. And then right across the street, you also have Bridge Tower. And so I'll put up some drone footage of all of these, and these are really the top 3 or 4 if you include Saguaro Canyon, which is right here too, some of the popular subdivisions in the Meridian area and where a lot of people move. It's really family friendly. These neighborhoods are amazing with a lot of walking trails, big parks, really some of the top schools. Heritage Middle School is connected to these, and it's one of the top rated middle schools. When you go into North Meridian again, but you get, so Chinden Road is right here, Chinden. And this is one of the main roads that goes all the way into Boise and Garden City, which actually ends right here. But north of Chinden is a lot of the more luxury homes. So you have Spurwing right in here, which there's some really luxury homes, and then there's some smaller townhouses in here, but that can range from $400,000 to $2 million. And you have some opportunity for some land. That's going to be a really popular destination, especially right on the golf course. And if you want a more luxury home on some more land, it's a popular destination. But everything north of Chinden up here is going to be more luxury, higher end homes, $1 million plus with more acreage. All of these through here. Castleberry West, you have Foxtail. It's all really popular, especially because you're right kind of on a foothill before it drops into the Boise River. So you can see the Boise River here. But again, just a quick overview is Chinden Road right here. All of those above Chinden into Eagle are going to be more luxury. You have this area up here in North Meridian. That's going to be a lot of those neighborhoods I just talked about. And then Eagle Road is another one. So Eagle Road, all of these neighborhoods along Eagle Road are really popular as well. Just not quite as popular as some of those ones around Rocky Mountain High School. But you have a lot of options no matter where you're at in Meridian. To get an overview again, you have Central Meridian around Settlers Park, Eagle Road, Chinden, I-84. The Village is right here. You have Winco in those areas I talked about. Wahoo's is right here. Now I'm going to just pull up some of the top schools in Meridian so you can kind of see where they're laid out, and then I'll zoom in a little bit to kind of see what some of the areas are around there. But the top schools are going to be Renaissance High School, which is right off of I-84. Then you have Compass Public Charter School. You have Meridian Arts or Meridian Medical. And then you have Heritage Middle School, Owyhee High School, and then you have Liberty Middle School that I talked about. And the other popular ones are Mountain View High School and Hunter Elementary School. And those are going to be kind of the overview of where some of the top schools are in Meridian. But as a whole, pretty much any of these schools you go to, it's going to be almost all A-rated schools in Meridian because it is just one of the top areas. But those are the top schools. That main area I talked about up here with Bridge Tower and Paramount, that's where Hunter Elementary School is. You have Heritage Middle School right in here. And those are going to be those really popular neighborhoods. There's Settler Park right here, which is awesome. Then Meridian Medical, which is right in here off of Locust Grove. and you're not too far from, Eagle Road, so you have quick access to Eagle Road in the village. But these are where some of those houses are and where that lays out in Meridian. When you get into Renaissance, that's going to be right off of I-84, which is going to be right in here, Renaissance High School. So you can live, if you have your kids go there, you can pretty much live in South Meridian or North Meridian, and you're going to be fine. And then Liberty, which I kind of talked about a little bit earlier. And then Compass is right over here off of Black Cat and off of kind of 10 Mile Black Cat area. It's right here on the corner. You can't see it on the map because it's a new build. They built it within the last 5 years. And that's going to be kind of right next to that Cherry Lane subdivision that I talked about. Where some of the big destinations are when it comes to hospitals, right here off of Eagle Road and the interstate, you have Meridian St. Luke's. And then as you can see, you have Topgolf. And then Mojo's, I highly recommend going to Mojo's. That's a really good breakfast place. And then right here is a griddle, but Biscuit and Hogs and Cinema, the Majestic Cinema Theater. Biscuit and Hogs and Mojo's are really good places. The other things to do that are going to be in Meridian are going to be obviously all of the parks, but the Idaho Center, which is not too far. It's right over here. That's where a lot of concerts and comedians and speakers are. So as you can see, it's not super far. It's about a 15-minute drive from Meridian. And then the other popular spot that's not completely in Boise, where there's a movie theater, is right here on the Overland exit off the interstate. You have Edwards Theater, you have obviously a Walmart, you have restaurants and everything through here. And then right across the interstate, you have the mall, which is actually a really nice mall. It's actually super popular. It's not like in some other cities. I know the mall is not a super popular destination, but here it is. So you have the Boise Town Square Mall, Olive Garden. There's tons of shops, Target, REI, all through here. So it's nice that Meridian, you have everything on Eagle Road, but if you do need to go, you want to go somewhere else, you can just hop over to the Town Square Mall or the Overland exit. But again, that's just an overview of Meridian. Hopefully that kind of gives you some eyes and an overview of kind of where things are and where some of those amenities are, and gives you some better understanding of the top neighborhoods and locations in Meridian. But I'll put up a video here of some of the top suburbs, and I go through every single suburb in the Boise area to help you get a better idea if Meridian's going to be best for you, or if some of the other suburbs in the valley are going to work better for you and your family.